Welcome back to Path of Achra. We still don't have confirmation on how that should be pronounced. It probably would take a simple search to find that, but who knows. Last time, well, let's go ahead and get to the path. Get to continue. That is a rather loud sound effect. So last time... Oh, I'm very scared. There we go. Does alt-tabbing work? Okay, that's the real trick. Alt-tab. So, because I've had moments where I try to get back in the game, I click the screen and then it actually picks the option that was selected, because, yeah. There's a way that game developers can avoid that happening, but it's such a rare situation that they don't think about it. So we got really far in this run so far. This is only this will be the third session. What's going on? Why is that happening? Don't do that. What? That's not good. Hey, let's try continuing and see if we still get that. Yeah, we do. Hey. Well, it's in development, so why could that be? Okay. Sometimes weird stuff like this can happen if you have other peripherals plugged in. It's always technical issues, huh? Now I really feel for when I used to watch, you know, I watch streams and then streamers have technical issues and I realize, oh, this is so simple to fix. And then it happens to me. So sometimes this can happen. It might see that there's like a controller plugged in. It might be my weird auto hotkey script somehow is messing with it. I fixed it. I just resized and restored it. Sorry about that. We're doing it live. This is what happens. So we got very far in this run. Like, this is only our first run. This will be the third session now, and we've been going for a stand your ground build. This is something I just kind of came up with as I went, where our focus is on just standing still, letting them come to us. Sometimes that doesn't work out because some enemies will stay at range. But that's mostly the idea, and we've been focusing on martial and blood, especially blood. So applying bleed to ourselves, because that goes really well with Sum Uri, or it goes well with all of our prayers. So yeah, we've just been getting a bunch of gear, mashing it together. Oh, Scorched is based on willpower. No, we definitely do not... What? No, give me the option, please. It's a little bit scary how some of the things in this game don't have confirmations, but that's roguelikes, and that is a, like, speed... That's, like, something that makes the game play a lot faster, so... That's okay. Oh, you can have it automatically target strength when your glory rises. That's scary, because you could end up in a situation where... Oh shoot, I need that heal. So I think we're going to continue with that. I originally was like, well, I need to spread out my elemental resists, you know, as much as I can. But to some extent, you have some influence over elements. Like, you can pick who you're going to go up against. Another thing is just like, if you get really tanky and strong, it doesn't matter if you're not, like, resistant to an element. Like this guy, Red Demon, he's gonna be heavily blood and scorch based, which is probably a good matchup for us because it actually benefits us to take blood damage. And we just got access to a new prayer. So this is +2 when we enter an area. And we heal, which is going to be awesome. Bleed. We heal and bleed. That's great. So we are definitely going to take advantage of that. Let's go. As expected, we've got a lot of these guys. Now, the main trick with these guys is they are range 3 and they are doing fire damage. They also do blood damage, but I don't know, we've somehow managed for that to not be a problem. So we don't want to get bloody just yet. Inflame is going to make them all stronger as we take our sweet time to get it close to them. So our glory rose. I do think we're just going to keep pumping strength. The one thing that I'm... Wow, our speed is 121, huh? Continuing to negate our encumbrance is going to be useful. So let's give Urdamu a try. Or this is nice because it damages everybody in range. We're gonna start healing like just fine. We definitely want to try to avoid walking while we are bloodied. I accidentally waited. I thought S was down. You know, I'm used to video game logic. So we're taking that blood damage, but we're just fine. We thrive on blood damage. So much for our minion. And it's okay, these guys resist blood damage, but... Get that blood rage. It's just huge. We gotta try to make sure we don't let that blood get too high. And there we are. Pick up all our lovely stuff. And hey, we're done. I guess when it says a forbidden place, it's like only one floor. And let's take a look at our loot. So this shield is nice. It goes really well with blood. This is Inflame. So we're gonna sacrifice that. Interesting, a new robe. So currently, this is going well with our standstill. It applies repulsion, which is giving psychic damage to the attacker on being attacked. And that's great because that applies to anyone who's attacking us from anywhere. So that's super useful for us, like in that last situation. Now we have Robe of Gore now. On damaging an ally or self-damage. No thank you. This resists slash, and if unencumbered, it gives us inflexibility. I don't understand what the point of this is. New weapon. No thank you. Quite satisfied with our current weapon. That was nice that we could pump some of our stuff up. So we've got 2 of these points to spend. At this point, it doesn't really make sense to start getting into these other elements. Possibly blood, possibly martial. I didn't see anything else in martial that looked super good for us. This is going to let us slash damage ourselves and deal blood damage to adjacent units. That's a summon, so no. That's inflame. And fire damage, so no. Max life. That seems useful. And it also just damages all units in a 3-tile range with blood damage. Oh, based on our missing life as well. Our life tends to be pretty high, so that could potentially not go too well for us. This is a summon, and that's a summon. So basically, Gore Tide and Royal are what we want to be considering. This is interesting, or we can just pump what we have already. I think I'm gonna save up. Master Bleed seems pretty good. Possibly another level of Stand Ground? I don't know. I might save up for Gore Tide or Gorch. Royal is fire damage to ourselves. Is that affected by resistance? Oh, unaffected by resistance. So that's fine, actually. That could be useful. Inflame just... And we also heal ourselves, inflame ourselves, and deal some damage. That seems really useful now that I think about it, because we heal. So this will make us stronger and stronger and stronger. I'm curious about that. Give it a try. Once we have enough. Next, do we take on another forbidden place? An imp. Wanders the void. He summons imps. He inflames himself. And he ignores armor. I think penetration can be pretty bad for us. Pretty bad. We're pretty... But like, what is his actual damage? 900 and 4 range. I'm a little scared by that. I did not mean to just teleport here, by the way. I wanted to inspect it, but still getting the hang of what a click actually does. This is not a great starting situation. Let's go. Oh, these guys are pretty weak. Also decently fast, aren't we? So much for standing still. But these guys deserve it. These were what I wasn't sure about. They resist poison. Okay. Kind of want to go for the squishy guys first. We're gonna be just fine. So our current one gives lightning damage, which is based on our speed, which is actually it's kind of nice for those cases where we do have to move, and it doesn't scale on willpower like a lot of elemental damage does. This, upon dealing physical damage, applies sickness to the target, which makes them hit not as hard, and also deals an amount of poison damage per turn. So it's also a dot effect similar to bleed. -10 to hit is maybe not that great because, well, and also we deal physical damage, but I think we deal a lot of bleed damage as well. So it's interesting, but I'm not sure I'm gonna go with it this run. And our current head is great for us, so not even gonna consider anything else basically. 3 points. Nothing to really buy there. Let's keep hoarding our points. Go to the next one. Oh, wandering fire. What does that mean? Forest or mountain? So Ice Priest is gonna do ice damage. These guys are gonna do fire and poison. These guys are going to do astral, which we are not that great with astral. Which one has loot that we might want? It's something I keep forgetting to do. Similar on dealing X damage, apply X effect. Doom, that's interesting. I could see potentially using those. Let's give this a try. Oh, and don't forget these sometimes it's hard to see. Yeah. Let's try this. I know I said I was a little unsure about these enemies, but I think we'll be fine. They're all inflaming. Also, they don't make the best choices when it comes to their navigation. Ah, there they are. They're all stacking up here. I keep pressing S, thinking I'm going to go down. It's not WSAD. Hey, +4. Let's pick up one of these. So Gore Tide. If enemies live, deal blood damage to all units in a 3-tile range. That's pretty cool. And it's based on skill level and missing life. We do tend to have full life, and then this is going to inflame us as we hit things. Improves our accuracy and our hit. Removed on being hit. Let's give Royal a try. I'm curious how this could work. Let's remember that we have that and see how that ends up doing. This is a great little choke point for us. There, see, range 1. Okay, so we've got Inflame 2. And we're going to be taking fire damage. Blood was getting a little just the way we like it. Look at that. Managing to hold on a nice amount of inflame there. What's glory used for? %5 to next game turn. Progresses relative to your speed turns green if game turn about to occur. Oh, so that's why it seems like we're getting multiple turns, is because our speed is kind of getting up there. That's pretty interesting. I always say that. Oh, glory is our level. I'm so... Ugh, I kept thinking level was a different thing. It's not. Hello. They line up and come at us single file. Like, what else are they supposed to do, though? And our lightning is zapping them. That's great. So we got those Blight Gauntlets. Lightning seems to be doing pretty well for us. Definitely no, I don't want these. So 32 versus 35 armor. This gives us lightning resist, which is kind of nice. Slash resist. We're good when it comes to physical damage, I think. I need to look at how armor... Does armor... do elemental damages ignore armor, or is armor always... Does not affect damage from non-attack sources. Ah, okay, so armor is 25% minimum plus resistance, effective against other kinds of damage. That is so good for me to realize. So armor does protect us against elemental-based attacks. Or different types of damage. It's not elemental, it's different damage types. So every time damage is dealt, it has a number and a type associated with it. And armor applies to all of those, but it is less effective against, significantly less effective, about a quarter, against the corresponding, against non-physical damage types. So physical damage is further subdivided into slash, blunt, and pierce, or those are grouped together and called physical. Very good, and that's when it says shrugged off. We have out-armored ourselves. So if we just pump our armor a lot, we don't need to care as much about elemental resists. As far as physical damage goes, how much physical damage do we actually do? I don't know. Lightning has been kind of nice. I'm going to just hold on to this for now. Well, there isn't going to be a for now. We're literally... I think we're going into the last area, and we do not have anything we can spend that point on. So... There's a lot of people here. A heady scent of decaying flowers, a mass grave of headless pilgrims dressed in yellow robes, pink sigil, a disturbing swampy odor, all sorts of bad stuff. Let's take a look at these guys. So, I assume Vogite is the big bad. Just deals flat damage. And it does protection, so that's a bit annoying if we do really big hits. It's a way to avoid us like one-shotting them, I guess. Charges, which improves damage dealt. Freeze. And it powers up as we move. And extra attack. Alright. I didn't see anything that was going to change our tactics too much based on that. Is this going to be a multi-floor situation or what? Let's try to get away from these guys. We get a few free turns. Oh, never forget. Okay, this is so confusing and annoying to me, but the black spaces are impassable. So I get a little bit confused about... So this is actually a nice little spot then. So I guess we can see over these spaces. Let's start with that. Get everyone nice and bloody. Oops, I did not mean to move forward. Oh, there's a lot of sound effects going on, but it doesn't, like, they don't... The game keeps a lid on it, like, it prevents it from getting too loud. Not that that wouldn't have been an issue that was quickly discovered during initial playtesting. 2, we can actually power something up. More armor? Or apply more bleed? I don't want some more just as a safe, because it seems like we're doing a good amount of damage. I just want some more survivability. The thing about glass cannons is you never realize you're a glass cannon until it's too late. So you can get really full of yourself and be like, we out damage anything, let's just keep doing damage. That works up to a point. That's a lot of guys. We can take it. I think it's kind of cool that it shows you the procedural generation that happens at the start of the floor. That's really interesting. That might honestly not necessarily be intended, but maybe they just decided to leave it in. Well now. So that inflame, I guess, I don't know. I don't know if it's... It does build up over time. I guess we got more glory points than I expected. I'm gonna have him hold here so we can just kind of chill and build up repulsion. Now he can go on the offensive. These guys are just gonna stand at range and cast at us unless I hold back like this. Draw them out. Guess I can just fight this guy, huh? This has a lot of floors, doesn't it? I'm wondering when we'll get to the end. I like that it gives us a little bit of a head start. I think I'm gonna get some more. I wasn't liking how much damage we were taking. Keeping an eye on our health bar. I love that it has that red bar at the top and makes it really glanceable. How many floors are there? Ah, well, the Vogite emerges. If we cower in fear. Build up. Oh, these guys are going to keep taking pot shots at us. This is a nice... They're lined up nicely because one of our abilities does damage in a line. There's the Vogite. Let's get out of range of him. Doomed. That's not good. Kind of want to rush over it here and take on these guys. But they're just going to keep taking pot shots at us. He is. There's our boy. Ended up with 11 doom stacks. Yeah. That's something I'm not sure how those go away. Now what happens? You gaze upon the constellation of green stars. You hear voices calling. Strange thoughts. There is a dim red glow. Something spirals through the dark. Oh, ruined history. Oh, now we are like ascended to the next. Oh, wow. I would like to heal more. I think Bloodbath would be the one for that. Save up for Bloodbath if we can survive. These are some new enemies. I like how they get into this. I like these designs. They're so... They look so unique. It's not like a standard like, oh, kobold, imp, etc. It's just... Yeah. What do we want? Jade. Doomblade, Fire Shield. I don't really care. Let's go with whoever seems the most survivable. See how bad things are gonna get for us. You guys are taking a beating. Ah, let's see what... Oh, they've got charge, so they're gonna be hitting fairly hard. Not if they're single file. Oh, I should have cleansed the bleed. Here we go. Saving up for Bloodbath. Oh hey, we got all this stuff and I forgot to deal with it. So this just applies bleed as opposed to poise. Poise is great. We've been really trying to leverage that, so I think I'm not gonna do that. And it requires dealing physical damage, so no. Fire and pierce. Mask of acid. No, our headgear is very important to our build so far. Our robe is pretty good for standing still. On dealing death, poison damage. No, that's not something we do that often. On being attacked, deal death damage to the attacker. But it has to be by an adjacent enemy. No. And Blight Gauntlets. The lightning has been quite useful because it lets us damage enemies while we're moving towards them, and it does do a fairly decent amount of damage with how high our speed is. And our strength is greater than encumbrance, I guess. Why is our speed so high? I guess we could... maybe we want to start putting points into... I don't know. Consider putting points into Dex? I should have used Urdamu before changing floors. It would have been a free little few points of healing. I don't know. Building up. Oh. That's what these bars are. The green is the game turn. Well, that's good to know. So when things say game turn, it might actually mean you need to remember that that's not as frequent as every step or every attack. That's something I've been overlooking. So like now I should use Urdamu, get that heal, go to the next floor. So I said, do we want to maybe take Dex? This is giving us more life and armor, a few different resists, and it's giving us block and armor. Hit. So how that's hit is how much I confuse hit and accuracy, but hit is how much damage we do when we attack, I guess. And we're not getting any more benefit from encumbrance or raising minimum speed. Dex gives us flat dodge and block. Our dodge is 400, our block is 90%, so we're already capped out block, but it gives us more speed. But it says will raise minimum speed. I guess we have 100 on top of minimum, maybe because of our class. So that's why those lightning gloves ended up being so good, I think, is because randomly we picked a prestige class that maybe wasn't the best choice, but it ended up working out pretty well. And then willpower will just increase damage dealt and healing. Also chance to recover from harmful effects. Is that represented on this list here? Divided by inflexibility, which is 1. That could be useful. But it's game turn. Remember how infrequent game turns are? Also increases the max summoned allies, which, yeah, I don't know about that. Healing could be useful. I think I'm just gonna keep going with strength. I'm not sure. I don't know, maybe increasing speed could be worth it. Accuracy? We already have rather high accuracy. That's a little bit tricky when they're just numbers. You have to know what you're comparing it against. I can't really see an enemy right now. It would improve our dodge and speed. Or we improve our hit, block, armor, etc. I think we just keep doing that. Seems to be working fine. If it's not broke, don't fix it. And do pay attention, because we're gonna get that glory point. And buy that ability. Guys take a while just because they're resistant to blood. Wow, we are quite on fire. Oof. That fire hurts. How do we get rid of these status effects? think that's a reason that we might want to start investing in willpower, because we're starting to really get screwed by debuffs that just don't go away. So, fire. Or scorch. Deal 10 fire damage on game turn. That's it. Doesn't go away. Yeah. We need to be recovering from harmful effects. So I think I might start investing in willpower, because I just don't see any other way of doing that. Go ahead and give up on those. Oh wow, that looks scary. Looks like a little gingerbread man. What? Repulsion, corrosion, and oh, blood damage. Fine with that. Sometimes the best way to get a sense for these guys is to just... So these are all very corrosion based. Oh, this guy does doom. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. Yeah. Let's do some willpower, because those effects are not... And let's take bloodbath. Yeah, we're gonna have to close the distance, because the gold demons can hit from very far away. I wanted him to hold, because I was thinking I might just hang out in this corner, but yeah. Wish I knew what those little tiles were. Chopping down some trees. The Yellow Queen. Thy king is near, O pilgrim. Nowhere to hide. Let's give ourselves some more armor. We can keep raising our encumbrance because our strength is so high. Oh my. It's adding up. We ventured and we gained. No, we're not using summons. Just keep saving up our points, I guess. Nothing too crazy here. Well, that's interesting. On step, if enemies live, perform all stand-still actions. Consider me interested. Just keep holding on to these. Yeah, we'll have him hold. I don't need to be playing these guys so safe. Let's take a look at that. So right now we have Mask of Blood. Plus 3 stacks of any bleed applied by you. On being attacked, we apply bleed and we heal ourselves. And we heal based on how many bleed stacks the attacker has. I love this perform all on standstill actions, but we don't have that much. We've got repulsion and, well, attack is based on poise, isn't it? Oh, stand ground also gives us poise and standstill. Yeah, it's cool, but the Mask of Blood is just too essential to our build, which is starting to get really... Vamp is starting to be very, you know, it's not really Vamp. vampirism. It's more, I don't know, getting healing from that is turning out to be very important. These guys are going to be just fine. Apply 20 stacks of the target's lowest stack harm. Well, we can't really be changing weapons at this stage of the game, can we? Willpower has been nice, I guess. I just don't know that game turns don't happen often enough. So I think I'm just gonna go back to pumping strength. Being wishy-washy, sure, it's not the most optimal build. Do they just kind of randomly wander around until they see me? So look at that blood damage being dealt in a path towards something. I don't know. Don't know exactly what that is. We deal to adjacent units in a path to 2 enemies in a 4-tile range. So it even bends around walls? Or no, maybe that is... So maybe it's hemokinesis. Oh, deal blood damage in a path to the damaging unit. And the amount of damage is based on skill level and how many bleed stacks we have on ourself. I'm gonna do that. We could do with more blood stacks on ourselves. I guess that the trade-off though is we need those blood stacks in order to power Blood Rage. So I didn't realize that having blood stacks on ourselves was so important. So maybe I won't be purging them as much as I usually do. There's just so much to keep track of. I like this. Actually, I think I like this more. So we'll allow, provided we have a sufficient amount of Blood Rage, we will allow this. We will allow bleed to build up. I didn't realize. Yeah, there's just so much to keep track of. I'm not saying that as a complaint. I think it's cool. It's a lot of depth, but I mean, that's why I missed it, because... Oh, and I love we can just mouse over things down here to see everything that affects our build. But see, yeah, there's this. Stacks of bleed on self. That's a big deal, and I've been cleansing the bleed so often, and I've actually maybe been screwing us out of dealing more damage because of that. I think we don't even take bleed damage anymore. We have something that prevents blood damage from affecting us. You no longer take damage from any source triggered by bleed. See? So we can happily stack a huge amount of bleed. Okay, it's time for you to stop that. Good to know. So we gave up on willpower. What's the range on these guys? Yeah, a little bit. See, but if we go back like this, now what are you gonna do, huh? I mean, they're gonna go for my familiar. Really got to pay attention. Some of the... It's funny just because I guess that's the main issue. There's just so many effects that can happen, and any one of them could be vitally important, but there isn't really something highlighting just how important they are. That's really part of learning the game. Of all of these, which of these really decides your playstyle? And I think something like Master Bleed, where it's stacks of bleed on self, scale, damage that scales based on how much bleed you have on yourself, that is a very huge deciding factor. Still want some blood rage though. Right. We're against someone. Not gonna be spending that point. Let's try to get what information we can, I guess. He can summon a demon at a random tile every turn. Flames himself, charges himself. Spread random tiles toward one enemy. Fire damage. And some more fire damage coming at us. Malaga and Red Demon resists blood. That's a little unfortunate. Let's try to get down to a choke point. Ally's just gonna have to kind of accept his lot. How high can we go with boys? Oh, lovely. So you always want to stand like this at a corner in many roguelikes, tile-based roguelikes, because then you're not exposed to long-range attacks from this direction. You can just kind of attack guys who are in the door, and then when they get in the doorway, they block people from coming through. They don't most roguelikes, the enemies are not smart about like, oh, they squeeze past and start to flood around you. And now we just kind of, I guess we can let him catch up to us a little bit. Build up. And now we begin. Easy. So the trick with these black spaces is you can see over them. They're basically like holes in the floor, I guess. This is not the most ideal positioning, but I decided probably that doesn't matter that much. I think we can take it. Especially if we now allow our blood to accumulate. Bleed. Look at that, we're doing just fine. We go so fast, that lightning damage is devastating. This is a good starting spot. He's gonna have to close the distance. Want to get a little bit more regen there. Oop, I did not mean to make that move, but that's okay. Now do we fight the boss? No. Not just yet. Okay. I think we will go here. Need to get some blood rage going. They're just gonna keep attacking him. I just better let him go. Do as he will. Now? Oh. Lovely little choke point here. And there's no line of sight across this gap. Now? Was it like 10 floors? I haven't been counting. Is there anywhere where it shows like the map? There we go, the king of many colors, O disciples. O us. Nice little choke point here. And if this guy stays here, which he's not, he probably can't take pot shots at us. Since Blood Rage is just heal on hit, like, there's a point where it becomes not so useful, I guess, to have more of it, because we just hit our max HP and then it's kind of wasted beyond that. Oh hey, it's him. We're carving fairly nasty chunks out of him with every strike. Our glory rose twice from that? What? No loot? Victory! Praise Humbaba! You enter the second cycle of degradation. You won 92 glory. So we had 46 glory and we won 92. What did I do? Wait, now what happens? Game? Oh, we just quit. So is there any reason to spend these points? Probably not. Cool. That was pretty darn fun. That was a really awesome first run of this game. I'm not sure if that's how it's supposed to go, or I'm not sure if this game is like tries to make the runs very winnable and tries to, you know, maybe we certainly made some good choices. We did learn a lot about the game. I did spend a lot of time reading stuff and trying to figure out some of the mechanics. And that paid off for sure. I'm sure there's plenty of stuff we did wrong. And maybe there's, you know, additional difficulty modifiers that we're not playing with. I remember like Binding of Isaac was that way, where you would, if you went back and played like how the game was at the start, you'd be surprised how easy it was, because the game gets more and more difficult as you get better at it. It adds stuff to throw things, mix things up. So we did well. O pilgrim, pride of Humbaba, of the cosmic struggle, of the receding waters, of legendary bloodthirst, master of the war dance, thy spirit painted red. Deep was the suffering of night, glorious Achra. We get to see everything. And that's pretty cool. I don't know what first cycle of humility means. I don't know what a lot of these colored words mean. We did very well, I think, very well. Maybe the game wants you to do well on your first run. I can see why, because I'm glad that happened. Maybe we chose a really good kind of build, and maybe we had a little bit of luck on our side. And we unlocked things, actually quite a lot of things, it looks like. Brood. Takal, a new god. New classes. All sorts of stuff. Which we will take a look at later. This has gone on long enough to be a video. That's content. That's content right there. That was quite fun. So that was Path of Achra. And I look forward to whatever comes next. Maybe we will play another run of this when it's fresh in our minds. Or we'll go up and try to finish off that Jupiter Hell run. This channel seems to be taking a turn towards turn-based, tile-based roguelikes. Not even roguelites, which is kind of the more thing that, you know, people are playing a lot more these days. We're playing like pretty roguelike-y games, although this is very combat-oriented. So is Jupiter Hell. I guess I just really like that type of game because I really loved Doom RL back when it was a thing, and I played it so much. And this game has a lot of things about it that are similar to that I like. And same with Jupiter Hell, of course. So this has been Path of Achra, and I will see you next time.